Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Chris. It is the end of the year and that means more top 10 videos. Today are my 10 fragrances for life. It's been about a year since my last top 10 video and let me tell you, this one was so hard to do. There are some leftovers or the same ones from last year and a couple new ones snuck into the list and knocked out a few of my favorites. The way I chose these was I needed 10 fragrances to get me through the entire year. And so these perfumes had to cover all seasons. So some of my favorite perfumes, which are some of the darker, maybe more gourmand fragrances, they didn't make it into the list because I needed a few more versatile perfumes and some freshies. And even as late as this morning, perfumes were going in and out of the box. And with that, I'm just gonna dive right in. So for those of you who have been with me for a while, I'd love it. And it would be fun if you took a guess of some of the fragrances you think are going to be on this list. Let me know down in the comment section before we get started. See how many you get right. Now the first one I picked, the easiest one I picked, is a newcomer to the list this year. It is by Christian Louboutin and it is Loubirouge. This one was the first one to go in my box. I love this perfume and it is a classic, beautiful vanilla cardamom iris perfume. Those are the only notes listed. I know it has more. I get some sort of nice, warm, clean wood in the dry down, but this is just one of the prettiest yet most simple perfumes in my collection. It's a vanilla that is warm and soft, but it's not overly foody. And the cardamom gives it a little bit of a spicy edge, but it's not spices in your face. The iris is powdery and soft and gives it a nice delicate flair. It gives it a nice delicate touch. So even though this is delicate, this is somewhat of a soft perfume, it has great longevity. You're not going to get a big scent bubble, but I can smell this on me all day, particularly if I wear on clothes. Now, I did notice that they have changed the bottles. I think all of the bottles now in this line are very similar. So I'm really glad I picked this one up while the cute little shoe was on top of the world. So the first one in my top 10 list, a great year-round, classy, elegant perfume, is Loubirouge. Another new one to the list is here is one of my Boss Babe fragrances, but this is a freshy Boss Babe fragrance, and it is by Creed, and it is Creed Aventus For Her. I am not shy about the fact that I've always loved the original Creed for men. I think it is a masterpiece. I still love it to this day, and my very, very picky spouse absolutely loves it. I mean, that would be his signature scent if he had to choose one. And this is definitely, you can definitely tell that these two are related, but this one has a lot of differences. Aventus For Him has that pineapple note, has the birch note. This is much heavier in the musk. So this is really kind of a musk bomb, but it has some nice fruits. There's lemon, there's apple, all sorts of nice citrusy notes, crunchy fruits. It is a crisp perfume with some florals in the background. And man, I do not wear this in a casual setting. When I wear this, I feel like I've got my stuff together. It is beautiful, powerhouse. And a funny story is when I was testing this in the Galleria down in Houston in the Creed boutique, I sprayed it. I walked down the hall of the mall, and literally I could tell someone ran up behind me, tapped me on the shoulder and asked me what I was wearing. It was a girl, but she said, "Excuse me, my boyfriend wants to know what you're wearing. It smells so great." And it was this beauty right here. I absolutely love it. And today it is a top 10 for life. Of course, I had to have a Chanel in the list, and it's no surprise which Chanel is my very favorite Chanel. It is the beautiful Coromandel right here. It has everything that I love in a perfume. It has amber, there's patchouli, there's incense. There's a little bit of a gourmand touch here. It's white chocolate because this is the EDP. I do not think the EDT has the white chocolate, but man, do I smell that white chocolate come through. If I spray this on my skin, I put a big, fluffy, warm sweater, that sweet white chocolate comes out over the day. It is absolutely delicious. This is a stunning, classic beauty. You can tell by the amount that I've used that I absolutely love it, and I love it too because my very, very picky mother loves this perfume, and I gave her a bottle for her birthday, so it has really nice memories for me. class in a bottle right here, Coromandel. One of the fragrances that did not make the list this year is the beautiful Baby Cat by Yves Saint Laurent. I talk about it all the time, that beautiful incensey vanilla spice perfume. I just love that combination of notes. Now, since Baby Cat is so hard for us to find here in the United States, I needed to find something that I could use in a pinch if we couldn't get our hands on Baby Cat anymore, and I have found the perfect replacement. Now, it is made by the same perfumer or the same notes. It's Dominique Ropian, and he and Penhaligon's came out with Eau The Audacity. Let me tell you, this is as close to Baby Cat as you're going to get, and the more I wear this, the more I think I might just like this better than Baby Cat. Now, if you're not wearing them side by side, it's going to be hard to tell the difference. On me, the incense, the frankincense, the olibanum comes out a little bit more on me, and it's a little bit more strong in the opening. Baby Cat has more of a vanillic amber, and the vanilla is slightly more gourmand. Oh, the Audacity here is slightly more smoky in the opening. It has the slightest touch of a smoky opening, and that's probably the incense and a little bit of peppery spices. But man, is this a beauty. They last about the same. Baby Cat might last just the slightest bit more, but oh my gosh, one of the best releases of this year. I love it. The beautiful vanilla incense, suede, pepper, a little bit of a saffron gorgeousness right here. Another perfume to make the list for a second year in a row is by the House of Xerjoff, and it is my favorite Xerjoff fragrance, even though I have a lot that I love. It is Ivory Route. This is a beautiful, spicy sandalwood fragrance that I like to say has a sneaky vanilla. The house does not list all of the notes, but I'm telling you, there is a soft vanilla in here, particularly in the dry down, and it is a non-foodie vanilla. So for those of you who do not like gourmands or vanillas that smell like food, this is a great gateway vanilla as long as you like spices. So there's a little bit of spices, there's a little bit of patchouli, a little bit of basil, that gives us this slight menthol-y touch in the opening, slightly camphorous, but that burns down, and then you're left with this beautiful, spicy, woody sandalwood perfume that has a soft vanillic touch. I absolutely love it. Surprisingly, this is a compliment getter. I get compliments from everybody when I wear this. I wear this during the colder months, and compliments from people who don't tend to like kind of heavy, woody, spicy perfumes. This is a love, and it's not going anywhere. A new one to the list this year, but certainly not new to me, and this is my third bottle. The only reason I'm on my third bottle, well, the reasons are I love the perfume, but the second bottle I did not store properly, and it turned pretty quickly, maybe 2 or 3 years, so I had to replace it with the third bottle. But I needed a vanilla in here. Queer Beluga got bumped out of the list. I still love that perfume. It is a classy, beautiful perfume for women, but it got bumped out of the list because it is not a great year-round perfume for me. It is very, very elevated, and I only wear it during times where I'm dressed up. The next one is a vanilla that bumped Queer Beluga out of the list, and it is Orchidee Vanille. This is an oldie but a goodie. I have great memories about this one. I got this Christmas years ago when my youngest was a little baby. So I just remember this perfume and good times with my little one kind of crawling around the Christmas tree. She was just barely crawling. And this is a beautiful vanilla that has a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of floral undertones, the slightest bit of like a citrus. It has a little bit of orange or orange rind. And it's definitely a gourmandish, a floral gourmandish vanilla, but it's not overly gourmand. So it doesn't smell like food. You don't smell like food, but it still has a nice gourmandy touch. This is beautiful. The only negative, it just is somewhat softer wearing. If you spray it on your skin, at least for me, it does not last that long. But if I spray this on clothes, for a while, this was like my bathrobe scent. If I spray this on my bathrobe at night after I take a bath, the next morning, it's still going strong. That's over 12 hours. So just a beautiful vanilla with a little bit of florals, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of citruses that I just adore. The next one is my absolute favorite freshie in my collection. This is just so beautiful. It's not only great for spring and summer, but I can wear it in the wintertime. It is a great year-round perfume, and I'm telling you, it just smells so darn good. It is by Georgio Romani, and this is Vetiver de Ivoire. I didn't know this was on my list last year until I checked my video, and this made the list last year, and I can just tell you why. Even though it was relatively new in my collection, I got it in Italy, so summer of 2022, and it has just been, it doesn't look like we use that much, but it is just beautiful. So summer of 2022, it joined my collection, and it is not going anywhere, even though it says Vetiver. It is a super fresh, very unisex, in my opinion, take on Vetiver, because it has a lot of citrusy freshness. There's lots of citruses, I want to say. Grapefruit, orange, maybe lemon, so it's nice and bright and has a pop of freshness. A little bit of spices. I'm sure there's cardamom in here. So it gives it a little bit of an edge, but it's not, again, it's not, you know, spices in your face. It just gives it a little bit of dimension. Now, Vetiver can be hit and miss with me. It can be dry. It can be scratchy, too earthy. It is perfect and so lightly done in here. I absolutely adore it. Maybe just a little bit of woods, maybe a touch of cedar in the base, but very, very soft. This is one of those that you're either going to be anosmic to it or not. My spouse becomes anosmic to it. Even though the few times that he has stolen it from me, I can still smell it on him, and I think he smells fantastic. And for me, when I spray on my skin and clothes, I can get it to last at least half the day, little bit more, but what a great freshie right here. Another perfume to make the list is a patchouli based fragrance. It is one of my favorite patchouli perfumes of all time. This has a dry down to die for. It's so spectacularly done. It is by the house of EBK, and it is Alexandrite N Patchouli. These perfumes are just blended to perfection. I can tell you the notes in here, but some of them are very hard to pick out because it's just so smoothly blended. It's bright in the top. I think it has lime, so it's got a little bit of citruses. It has linen. There's mimosa. It gives it a little bit of a powderiness. The linen gives it maybe a little bit of freshness, maybe a little bit of crispness, in addition to the citruses in here. But make no mistake, this is all about the patchouli. The patchouli in here is right in the middle. It's not too earthy, it's not too green, and it's not chocolatey at all. And blended with all those notes together, just, oh my gosh, this is one of my special perfumes. I am dressed to the nines when I'm wearing this. When I want to make an entrance, when I want to smell different and spectacular and have everybody say, wow, you smell great, I'm going to wear this one. This, again, is another surprise compliment getter. Not why I wear perfumes, but it is amazing to me that when I wear this around my friends who typically like delicate floral fragrances, I've had several of them ask me, what is that? Where can I get it? And please make me a decant. And it doesn't look like much has been used, and because 2 to 3 sprays will last you all day. These EBKs, for the most part, are powerhouse fragrances. They last all day. This one is no exception, and I adore it. Another newcomer to the list is a fragrance that represents one of my loves over the past year, which is, I've really come around to white florals, particularly white florals that have that little bit of a banana edge, and I picked up several last year that would fit in that category. The one that made the list is one I've spoken about a couple times, and it is just called Tubereuse by Le Galion. And the reason why it made this list is because it is a very special perfume to me. It has this tuberose, but the tuberose, when it's mixed with the other notes in here, has this really nice little bit of a banana vibe. There are some fruits in here, I want to say. There's pear and orange. And it's got some other florals in here. I want to say probably orange blossom. A little bit of an ambery sweetness. A little touch of like a splash of pink pepper. This reminds me very much of the original Michael Kors. It was called Michael. I loved it when it came out. This is a little bit more of an elevated, elegant take to it. It is light. It is ethereal. It's got a soft, gauzy musk to it, and this was my go-to when I had to go somewhere fancy. I wear this to a couple of special occasions over the spring and summer, so it has great memories to me. It is light wearing. It's not a powerhouse, more of a scent, intimate scent bubble, but beautiful white floral, banana-esque white floral that I am loving and loved last year. Now the last one was such a hard one for me to choose. Again, some of these kind of went in and out of the box over the past week. I had to have a sandalwood and I had to have something with one of my favorite notes, which is rice. So I decided to multitask and put the 10th spot. Now these aren't in any order, but the last one to make the list was a fragrance that I love that has both sandalwood and rice in it. Now it's a fragrance that, because it is on the more expensive side, I have sort of babied it over the past year and didn't wear it out. I only wear this when I have somewhere nice to go, but things are gonna change because I need to use this more. This is the one that knocked out Milky Musk. I love Milky Musk. Milky Musk is one of my favorite sandalwood perfumes of all time. I still love it. But it's not it's not a perfume that I can wear year round. It is a perfume that I tend to wear in the colder months because it has this warmth, kind of this wood chip warmth, resinous vibe to it. This perfume in my hand I can wear year round, and that's why it bumped Milky Musk out of the running. And this is the beautiful Santal Basmati. So again, this is a sandalwood perfume that has this beautiful basmati rice. It's like the steamed basmati rice with the slightest touch of a sweetness. It has iris in here. So the iris is soft and on the powdery side, and the sandalwood is pristine. It is a pristine, clean, smooth sandalwood that's very, very light. Again, an ethereal, clean sandalwood. This is a more delicate perfume, like I said, so it's ethereal. It wears lightly. It's one that you have to, if you want to smell it all day, you're going to have to go to town. And even so, it's never going to be too offensive because it's just so light wearing. It is classy and beautiful. And I wear this when I want to feel like classy and chic and I have my stuff together. It's going to get more wear. You know what? This is going to be my scent of the day. Santal Basmati. So that was it, my 10 for life. Let me know if there were any surprises or ones you knew were going to be in this list. And the ones that didn't make it in this list or the video this year, you know, they would be, obviously, they would be in my top 15 for life. I still love them all. And when I do the video next year, I'm sure things are gonna change up yet again. Thanks again for sticking around. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, I hope you liked your time spent with me, and I would love it if you consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.
Stop trying to change who you are, honey. You're fine, fine. All mothers and queens, all women with dreams. Tonight the world is ours. Hey, we're gonna have